Johan and I started building our 50-foot sailboat 14 months ago, and a lot has happened during this time. The latest project has been to laminate the hull with fiberglass, and we are now in the final stages. Welcome to our channel.
So I'm planning out the twill weave lamination, and back here this is the waterline. You can see here roughly when the boat is at rest, and then when the boat is up in speed it comes lower down in the water, so then the waterline goes all the way back, so we get the full length of the hull as a waterline length. But when it's at rest, this here will be above the water. So I'm thinking we will use the twill weave and treat this as topside, even if it's not. So the first length will go all the way up to the midline, and then we will follow the waterline and just overlap that with maybe 20 centimeters with the twill weave moving forward. That will save us some time and make it easier along the sides, because we don't have to crawl around up here on deck. We can do all the lamination from the side of the boat, and by doing it that way we can apply the peel ply directly. We just put on the twill weave and then we continue on with the peel ply directly on top before we take the next length of fiberglass. Yeah, this is one of those areas where you need to make a decision, because where we place the first length of fiberglass will affect how the rest of them goes on onto the hull, at what angle. This line here is at the moment parallel to this line, and that means that the length goes onto the hull at a slight angle compared to the midline here. Another way to do it would be to make a 90-degree line like that towards this line. So you have 90 degrees here, so that the lengths would go on at 90 degrees to the midline. But then we will have a big overlap on the first piece down there with some waste. Yeah. And when you're sitting back here, it's kind of hard to visualize how this will affect the lengths that are going onto the hull up in the bow, since the hull is changing its shape quite a bit over the length of the whole boat. So right now I'm leaning towards the 90-degree way to do it. It will be some ways, but then again it will be easier down the line of the hull, I think, because if you go with this line, I think there will be quite a bit of tilt on the lengths later on. Let's go with the 90-degree.
blod.
So we're making an excursion today, and we're at a place called Strentemølla. It's not very far from where we live, around 15-20 minutes by car. And there's a waterfall here. And from the sounds, there seems to be quite a lot of water in the small stream down here. In the summertime, it's really beautiful in this area. It's nice now as well, but in the summer it's just fantastic.
Killar det på natten?
Ja, på natten med på nosen.
Fladdermössen?
Ja, då kliar det såna såna pickar.
På fladdermössen?
Ja.
Aha. Ska det nu gå här på de gulorvita markeringarna, tror du?
Ja.
Den ska vi följa istället.
The waterfall, or maybe it's more like a cascade, is called Fossefall. It's divided in 4 steps and reaches a total height of around 15 meters. The small building is many hundreds of years old, and is all that remains on site after the farm and mill burned down in 1934.
Water mill. There's a little room there that is open where you can see parts from the old mill.
We stopped in Simrishamn for lunch and a special dessert, semla.
Ja, det är kyckling. Den är så liten, den är kameran, har du sett? Är det gott?
Semla has been made in Scandinavia since the 1500s and used to be only eaten on Fettisdagen, the fatty day, 47 days before the fast started in Easter. If a bakery sold it on any other day, they could get a fine. Nowadays you can find these sweet buns with cardamom, almond paste and whipped cream at the bakeries during most months of the year.
Back to laminating. It felt like we were done, but even though we have some left, it feels different now, since we're going to work with a new cloth that we haven't worked with before. So it's going to be exciting today to see how it is to work with this cloth. It's so thin, as you saw, Johan showed you. So we're going to take it slow and be very gentle in the beginning, just to not, we don't want it to wrinkle, and we don't know how easily it will saturate. So it will be a test run now with these first 2 pieces. And here it is, the cloth. Johan has hung it up. So now we're gonna laminate 100 square meters of hull with this cloth together with the peel ply. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. Adding some more lamination knowledge to my boat building resume. done the first piece, and that cloth together with the peel ply took pretty much the same time as one of the old fiberglass cloths did, the 600 grams. So it took quite some time, and the peel ply was it was tricky to get it flat, and the rollers weren't great. We need the small ones of these ones, and we only had 2, and they were constantly losing the foam thing, so we got these pieces all over. And the big ones aren't good because since the cloth is so light, it will pulse the cloth with it. And these black ones are too wide, so we need the small ones, but they're all pretty much finished, so we have to buy new ones. So we're gonna take a lunch break now, and after that Johan will go to the store and buy some new rollers, and then we'll do the second piece for today. But these are the biggest ones. We're gonna have 2 on the other side as well, but in total there's only 15 pieces now on each side of the hull, so it is much less work than before. But still we have to push on a little bit more until we can say that we are 100% done with the lamination.
Kniven mot strupen.
När man hör det så låter det väldigt dramatiskt. Vad betyder det här?
Yeah, I hope these are better, because now we're starting on piece number 2. So we're finished for today. Malin had to go and pick up Vera. The last 2 pieces here went a lot faster than the first one. I really don't know why, but I think we just get a better hang of it. How this type of cloth moves, and also the best way to put the peel ply on top. And the last piece here, we managed to do that in just over 30 minutes. So I think this whole process will be pretty fast. Now, as forecasted, it's a very cold day today. It's minus 15 Celsius, so we won't be doing any lamination today. So instead I will do prep work. I will cut all the lengths of the twill weave for this side and also the peel ply. So we have that ready for tomorrow. And then me and Malin will do a full day of lamination work tomorrow. And we hope we can do the whole or the rest of the starboard side, or at least up until where we have to continue with the bow area. So that means that we need to apply 9 or 10 pieces of twill weave tomorrow, and since they just go a little bit past the waterline, I think that should be possible. Yeah, even if we use the fast hardener yesterday for those 3 pieces in the stern, we've been running the electrical heater all night just to keep the temp up a little bit in here. The fast hardener is okay down to around 5 Celsius, and we've been running that heater over there at half speed, 4.5 kilowatts the whole night, and that managed to keep the temp in here at around 6 to 7 degrees. And now we have raised it a little bit up to 16, 17 at the moment, together with the diesel heater, just to get that fully cured.
Vill du det?
Ja.
We have the most beautiful weather today. The sky has been blue the whole day. And the sun has been shining since it came up this morning. It was the most beautiful sunrise. And there is absolutely no wind. These days are so rare. We're really enjoying it. We had a minus 15 Celsius this morning. So actually the car battery died, so we couldn't get Vera to kindergarten. So she had to stay at home today. Our other car is at the mechanics, so we only have one car at the moment. So Johan took the battery out and placed it, I don't know, close to a radiator and some heaters.
Blommorna i visan, la la la, och de blommorna bosan i.
So it's a new day, and our initial plan for today was for me and Malin to finish the twill weave on the starboard side. But we've been getting a lot of snow this last night, and the wind has picked up a lot. We have 40 knots of wind now, and there is more snow to come. And already now the roads are starting to get blown over by snow from all that snow drift. And our own road leaving the farm is already really hard to drive on. So there's a big chance that if we would have left Vera at kindergarten today, we would have a really hard time picking her up later on today. So we didn't want to run that risk. So Vera will be home today, and Malin will take care of her. And I will work alone today and try to do as much as possible of this twill weave on the starboard side. The plan was to do the whole side, but of course it will be a bit slower working alone. But the actual work I think will be okay, since the cloth is pretty light. But I think it will be a stretch to do the whole side in one go in one day. But I will do my best. So I've just had some lunch. I managed to do 4 pieces into lunch with a pretty late start. So 7 pieces to go until we're almost at the bow of the boat. So I'm guessing it will be a long day today, but I don't mind. We're snowed in at the moment. The road now is totally gone. So my guess is that we'll have to stay put here today and tomorrow before we get that road cleared.
Johan continued laminating and managed to finish starboard side. Very well done. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out runsailingstore.com to find our sustainable merch. See you next week.